Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep. Husband.
Wife.
What is that background noise?
That is a lawnmower that our neighbor is mowing their lawn with.
Why are they doing that? Jesus, it's not even really springy summer yet.
But it is. We just had the official beginning of spring, so it is actually spring.
But I mean, it was very recent that we had snow on the ground, so this is bullshit.
Well, you know what? We could solve this problem. You know how?
How?
Well, we have a donate button on our podcast.
Are you really doing that? Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Well, we need like a soundproof podcast room with like all the stuff and like, you know...
A stereo setup?
Hell yeah. Okay, but I got a better way for people to help us out too.
Oh, what is that?
We just got a website and it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com.
That is really smart. Who came up with that title?
I mean, we kind of did.
Oh yeah.
Anyway... We have stuff for sale there, and it's like a bunch of like atheist stuff and like fun, you know, funny God shit and
science.
Stuff like that. Science stuff
Pro-science.
too. Yeah, Darwin, you know, all that kind of crap.
Woohoo!
And maybe eventually we'll even design our own shit. But
that would be awesome.
Anything you buy from there will help us out and, you know, get us that much closer to our podcasty room.
Podcasty room?
Yeah.
Is that the technical term?
Yes, podcasty room is the technical term.
All right, but I really wish these bastards would stop mowing all the time, though. They're always mowing.
They're always mowing.
Remember when
I just don't give that much of a shit about my lawn.
Remember that last house that we bought before this house that we bought? In the other house that we bought? And shut up! That we don't have anymore. So I don't want people to think we have 2 houses.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
We don't have 2 houses.
We don't have 2 houses.
No, it was just a different house we used to live in.
Right.
And remember our neighbors? They would like... always be building stuff in their backyard.
Yeah,
do you remember,
I remember that?
They were always building.
Yeah.
And then we thought it would be better because nobody builds here, but instead they always mow.
They always mow.
They're always mowing. I'm not kidding.
You know, we've talked about mowing way too long here.
All right, sorry. Do you remember what happened last time?
I mean, it feels like we're still talking about Moses and Aaron and shit. And it feels like maybe he went up the mountain for the second time and then came back down.
It wasn't the second time. It was like the zillionth time.
Whatever. He goes up and down that goddamn mountain too much. That's what I'm getting at.
He needs a pair of them Satan shoes.
Right? Yeah. No, you guys should look up Satan shoes because, like, it's a thing.
It's a thing. Little Nas X and Nike.
There's, like,
and
blood in the shoes and stuff.
In the air pocket.
In the air pocket.
It's awesome.
I mean, you can get your own pair for like $1,100, but I think they sold out. So
yeah, because he only
they're probably
made,
like on eBay for like $20,000.
He only made 666 of them.
That's
so
pretty sweet.
They're weird collector item things.
Yeah.
Also, last time you got really up in arms about milk.
I did, but you got some for me, so I'm happy now.
Yeah, and I also got you the carnation breakfast mix that you requested.
I'm very happy about that.
Yay!
What the hell are we talking about today?
Oh, we are going to talk about Exodus chapters 35 and 36.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do this.
Okay.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are. And our supporters can go there and support us. And we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there. So it escalates on a sliding scale of, you know, cheap to not cheap. Oh. But, you know, we can definitely use any amount. So, like, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
Just our podcast?
any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Exodus chapter 35.
All right.
Regulations for the Sabbath, because that's what we want, more rules.
Regulators, mount up. No,
what is that from?
It's from a 80s or 90s rap song.
Really?
It is, yeah.
I'm not familiar with that.
I can't even remember the name of the song, but it's from one. So
Okay.
I know this.
I was thinking that you were like Gladiators from the Gladiators show. Do you remember that show?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh my god. Okay, so there was this show. Sorry.
Jesus, we're on a rant again.
I know, but listen. Okay, so there was this show, and they were called Gladiators, but it was basically like early parkour where they had to complete this.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, American Gladiators.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, when you said Gladiators, I was thinking like Conan the Barbarian or something, like some 3 a.m. show that was on.
No. Like they had to.
They shot tennis balls at him and shit.
And they had to jump over stuff and dive over stuff.
And they beat each other with sticks.
Oh, yeah. And they had to tightrope walk and
I
shit
love
like
that show.
That show was so funny, but the judge would always say, Gladiators! That's what I thought you were saying.
Gotcha. Nope, not what I was saying.
Okay, never mind.
All right.
Okay, regulators. Then Moses called together the whole community of Israel and told them, "These are the instructions the Lord has commanded you to follow. You have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but the seventh day must be a Sabbath day of complete rest, a holy day dedicated to the Lord."
For the 900th time.
I was going to say, I feel like we've done this in our planner already.
It's hard to comment on this shit when they just keep repeating themselves.
Again.
Because I'm I can't even use the same jokes or whatever. I can't comment the same way because it sounds stupid.
There's this thing called block scheduling, and we already did it.
Yeah, right?
Anyone who works on that day must be put to death.
Or
not.
I mean, they said that they were going to be, what was the other word they used? They said that they were going to be cut off from cast out. I bet it depends on how many shekels you have.
I bet it depends on shekels, and if you're a man or a woman, and if you're a slave or a servant or an owner, and I bet it depends on God's mood that day.
Or who was writing the Bible that day.
Yeah. You must not even light a fire in any of your homes on the Sabbath. That's some bullshit.
What if it's 20 below zero?
I guess fuck you.
Jesus, you're going to freeze to death just to fucking honor God? Fuck that.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you if you... Seriously.
I suppose if the alternative was death, yeah, but dude sucks, okay?
He
fucking sucks.
Seriously though, honestly, I know under today's thing, yeah, I'm absolutely going to turn on the heater because I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But if you lived back then and it was for reals, God was going to kill you, or your community members were going to kill you.
Do you know that there is a lot of, Jewish people have a lot of workarounds to get around the laws set up by the Bible?
Do they really?
Yeah, I forget what they call it, but they have machines and stuff that will do certain things to help them disobey the Bible without dying.
So loopholes.
Or loopholes, yeah.
So we don't light a fire on the Sabbath. We light it 2 seconds.
We set our thermostat.
We set it 2 seconds before the Sabbath.
right. Yeah, or something.
Doesn't that kind of miss the point of...
I mean, that's what I always thought. But I mean, I think it's interesting that because the Bible is so... Ridiculous that they had to set up... Loopholes so that they could, do the things that needed to be done.
Technically, I'm still obeying. Okay, if you are really close with God in your heart, do you really think he doesn't know that you're being sneaky?
I mean, right? That's how it feels to me.
Because you're blinking your eyelashes all innocent and you're like, what?
I didn't do it.
I totally
obeyed. It was that machine.
I obeyed you.
I just did this thing the other day.
Yeah.
And then it went and did it that day.
It can't be helped. What? Israel to bring an offering. It's the next section.
Okay.
Then Moses said to the whole community of Israel, "This is what the Lord has commanded. Take a sacred offering for the Lord. Let those with generous hearts present the following gifts to the Lord." Oh, good. I don't have
only those with generous hearts.
I don't have a generous heart.
If you don't have a generous heart, just, whatever.
Stay home. Yeah. It's all good. That would be me.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I have a generous heart, but...
Not when it comes to giving, random people money for God shit.
Yeah, gold, silver, and bronze. Okay, that sounds legit. Blue, purple, and...
They need to get something to make those fucking altars and shit.
Well, that's true.
I mean...
That's very important.
Right?
Not. Blue, purple, and scarlet thread.
See, these are all the things they need to make the shit.
Fine linen and goat hair for cloth.
I'm telling you, they're collecting shit to make the fucking ark.
Yeah. Tanned ram skins and fine goat skin leather. Acacia wood. Olive oil for the lamps. See? Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
It's a fucking shopping list.
Yeah. You need to make this. By the by, does anybody have spices for the anointing oil and the fragrant incense? Literally.
That's what they're,
yeah.
So, yeah, okay.
Onyx stones and other gemstones to be set in the ephod and the priest's chest piece.
Oh, so this is literally a shopping list.
This is literally a shopping list. Okay, next section.
You need to Instacart this shit up here, guys.
I know, right? Oh, this would change everything if we were like obeying this stuff and like having to order this stuff now.
Right.
That's hilarious. The Tabernacle articles. Come, all of you who are gifted craftsmen. Phew, that leaves me out.
What if God imbued you with gifted craftsmanship? Back then, Then you wouldn't be left out. Then you'd be like, shit, I got to do this crap.
I guess. But it doesn't say put forth your best effort. Construct everything that the Lord has commanded. The tabernacle and its sacred tent, its covering, clasps, frames, crossboards, posts, and bases. The ark and its carrying poles, the ark's cover, the place of atonement, the inner curtain to shield the ark, the table, its carrying poles, and all its utensils, the bread of the presence for light, the lampstand, its accessories, the lamp cups, and the olive oil for lighting, the incense altar and its carrying poles, the anointing oil and fragrant incense, the curtain for the entrance of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt offering. This is a list of all the shit you're going to build. The bronze grating of the altar and its carrying poles and utensils, the wash basin with its stand, the curtains for the walls of the courtyard. Your face is falling.
They already covered all this shit. It's just now they're listing it off without the details on how to build it.
Remember all that shit I told you to build?
Yeah, here's a whole list of it again.
Here it is again. Build it. The posts and their bases, the curtain for the entrance of the courtyard, the tent pegs of the tabernacle and courtyard and their ropes, the beautifully stitched garments. I guess I do have to put forward my best.
Do you know if
maximum effort?
Maximum effort. If we had a like a video of our recording, they would see all the eye rolls and all the head smashes and like oh my fucking God.
Your face slowly just lowering to the table.
My hand and into the table, yeah.
The beautifully stitched garments for the priest to wear while ministering to the holy place, in the holy place. Whatever.
Words.
Words. The sacred garments for Aaron the priest. Aaron's a priest now.
Here's God listing off a whole list of things I got to build, and Aaron's in there, Yeah. He just gets a special mention because
remember that time Aaron made a false idol, whatever. He's still a priest.
They never called him out on that. Not once.
Not once. And the garments for his sons to wear as they minister as priests.
Right. And all his descendants after that.
Right. Forever and ever. Right. Even though he's a dickbag.
Right.
The people bring the offering. It's another section.
Okay.
So the whole community of Israel left Moses and returned to their tents. All whose hearts were stirred and whose spirits were moved came and brought their sacred offerings to the Lord. Okay, now the last time that their hearts were not moved, they had to kill each other. So I'm betting all of their hearts were quite moved.
So when they're like, hey, anybody whose hearts are stirred and moved, they're like, oh, shit.
Here's all the gold. Here's everything.
If it's not stirred and moved, we're going to fucking die. So let's just go get this shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to die.
Yeah, I am very moved to survive.
Yeah, I'm very, very moved.
They brought all the materials needed for the tabernacle, for the performance of its rituals, and for the sacred garments. Both men and women came, both of them, all whose hearts were willing. I wonder what happened to those whose hearts were not willing.
Death.
Or those who didn't have anything to offer.
Also death.
Yeah, fuck the poor, right?
I mean, I'm just going off of, history here.
Right. I mean, we're still doing that. Like, did you hear about in Echo Park in California, the city decided that they wanted to beautify the lands, and so they totally said, homeless people, get off this. We need to beautify it. Oh, bye. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, where they're going to go is anybody's guess, but,
who cares?
Not there.
We don't take care of our poor in this country.
No, I know.
No, fuck the poor. Yeah. Eat the rich, fuck the poor. Right. By the way, that's not how we feel. I'm just making fun of how shitty our country is.
We need socialized medicine.
We do need socialized medicine.
Lots more social programs to help and encourage people to, survive.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing.
I didn't anticipate getting political in this, but really, you just have to.
How do you not? It's politics, and like when you say politics, religion's the next step, right? Like, it's politics and religion.
At this point, equal rights for everybody and common decency has become entwined with the right to do that, which is politics, and why you should do that, which is religion.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So, Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate. The end.
All that.
Yeah. Okay. They brought to the Lord their offerings of gold brooches. Oh, I'm sorry. Of gold. There's a dash that I missed.
Dash.
Of gold. Brooches, earrings, rings from their fingers, and necklaces, but not toe rings or ankle bracelets.
And apparently they still had some of these things after giving them all to Aaron to melt down.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot about that. They had so much gold last time.
Right?
I said last time. That other time. Yeah. That other time when that happened.
Yeah.
They presented gold objects of every kind as a special offering to the Lord. Maybe when they... Oh, no, because I was going to say maybe they melted that calf back down, but
they did.
They burned it and then they drank its ashes.
Quote unquote burned it, yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe they sifted through their shit.
This is
to get some gold flecks,
That was penance.
Yeah.
That was penance. Digging back through their shit.
If you had a pound of gold in you, wouldn't you sift your shit?
I would definitely scoop my poop. All those who owned the following items willingly brought them. Wait. All those who owned them willingly brought them. That is to say, everybody who owned this stuff gave it up because they were forced to.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they had much of a choice.
No. They were definitely moved.
Right.
Blue, purple, and scarlet thread, fine linen and goat hair for cloth, and tanned ram skins and fine goatskin leather. And all who had silver and bronze objects gave them as a sacred offering to the Lord, and those who had acacia wood.
It's very hard to follow you when you read like that,
This is just ridiculous.
I know, it's a repeating. I know.
Okay, acacia wood brought it for use in the project. All the women who were skilled in sewing and spinning, because men were not skilled in that. Men can't sew.
Guys can't, yeah.
I mean,
who would? I mean, our fingers don't even do that thing.
Oh my God! Like, what's really funny is that I have never sewed a thing, and you actually have because you were like Boy Scouty, and at this point,
no, I took home ec. I had to do sewing in home ec.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so interesting to me.
I actually made things with a sewing machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you could sew at this point, and I totally can't.
Oh, and I did basket weaving in Scouts.
Wow. Yeah. You made shit.
Yeah.
You are totally a girl in God's eyes. Which is fine.
Whatever.
Because girls are awesome.
I don't really care.
I'm glad you can sew. One of us won't get killed. Let's see. Skilled in sewing and spinning prepared blue, purple, and scarlet thread and fine linen cloth. All the women who were willing, all the women who were willing used their skills to spin the goat hair into yarn. I wonder what happened to those who weren't willing.
Death.
I
mean, I'm just,
cast out. Death.
Yeah, right.
Which is death back then.
Like,
really.
How could you say, I'm not willing to do that?
Right. The leaders brought onyx stones and the special gemstones to be set in the ephod and the priest's chest piece. They also brought spices and olive oil for the light and anointing oil and the fragrant incense. So the people of Israel, every man and woman who was eager to help in the work the Lord had given them through Moses, brought their gifts and gave them freely to the Lord. Could you imagine, like, you just be like, I am speaking totally for God. It's not that I want this fancy shit. I totally shun this fancy shit, but
it's God that wants all of your riches and everything
God
that you have.
God wants me to wear this dress made of all of your golden shit.
For my bro here, Aaron, you know.
Yeah.
I need it for him. It's not for me even. It's for Aaron.
Yeah.
And, like, he's going to teach you guys how to get close to God. So, like, it's totally legit.
Yeah, totally legit.
You guys just totally need to give up all that shit that you guys have.
Because God said.
Because God.
Yeah, not me.
You saw that fucking cloud on the mountain, right?
I totally saw that cloud on the mountain.
You saw when I told all those people to kill all the other people, right?
I totally saw you tell them to kill everybody.
I will totally do that again. So let's, like, give me your shit.
Okay. The call of Bezaleel and Aholiab. Oh, remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't really remember what they were about.
But, I remember talking about those names.
I remember not being able to pronounce their names.
Stuff, yeah.
Then Moses told the people of Israel, the Lord has specifically chosen Bezaleel, son of Uri. Remember, because sometimes
sometimes it's Bezaleel and sometimes it's Bezalel.
Yeah, and in the title it's always Bezaleel, but in the paragraph it's always Bezalel. I wonder what that's about. I don't wonder, like, a lot, but I wonder a little.
Maybe it's one of those side notes we should, like, cover sometime later on as a thing.
You know what? I'm going to have to go back and listen to all of these because
I know.
We're always talking about side notes that we never follow.
I know.
I should do that.
I'm just going to start mentioning, like, twice an episode so that way you have to listen really closely for a long time.
But I notice you're making the woman do it. Because man fingers and man ears and man eyes.
Hold on now. Who in this house works full time for a living other than doing a podcast?
I mean, I read the Bible, so...
I listen to the Bible just as long as you read the Bible.
Well, I am already doing God's great work.
For God's sakes.
Okay, yeah, I need to listen. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, chose Bezaleel, son of Uri, grandson of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. The Lord has filled Bezaleel with the Spirit of God, giving him great wisdom, ability, and expertise in all kinds of crafts. You know what?
Oh, that's right, because they were talking about it when they were given the
skills. Yeah. I need a picture of this guy up on my wall because he apparently is the god of crafts.
That's a good point. Yeah.
He is a master craftsman.
But he's not in the tribe of Dan.
No.
He's in some other tribe.
Right.
Not the Dan tribe.
Dan.
Sorry, I can't let the Dan
name.
Tribe, because Dan.
Tribe of Dan.
Tribe of Dan.
Dan the man. He is a master craftsman, expert in working with gold, silver, and bronze. He is skilled in engraving and mounting gemstones and in carving wood. He is a master at every craft.
Holy shit.
It says that. He is a master at every craft.
That's amazing.
I need this picture of this guy so that I can build an altar to him.
Right, yeah.
If I'm going to pray to anybody, it is going to be
Bezaleel.
Bezaleel. And the Lord has given both him and Aholiab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan.
Oh, there it is! Yeah! Tribe of Dan.
The ability to teach their skills to others.
Ah, see? Yeah. Well, why did Bezaleel? Is that his name, Bezaleel? Yeah. Why did Bezaleel get all the talking here? And, like, they're just like, oh, and there's Aholiab over there.
And Aholiab of Dan.
It's probably because he's part of the Dan tribe.
You know the Dan tribe.
Those fucking Dans over there, man. What's up with Dan?
I mean, they're good people, but you can't really depend on the tribe of Dan.
Right, yeah. Dans, I mean,
Dans are okay, but you don't really want to depend on them.
There's no Bezaleel.
It's no Bezaleel.
Or Bezalel.
Well, particularly.
There's no Bezalel.
The Lord has given them special skills as engravers, designers, embroiderers in purple, blue, and scarlet thread on fine linen cloth, and weavers. They excel as craftsmen and as designers.
Well, that's very, very neat.
The end.
All right, so we'll see you guys in the next chapter here.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Exodus chapter 36.
Is there something extra sneaky special about this version? No. Because you were looking at me like there's something like going on here.
No.
Like, maybe you're secretly planning to spit in my face again.
Again? Oh, yeah, I forgot I did accidentally spit at you. That was so gross and embarrassing.
It really was.
I'm embarrassed.
Mostly just gross from my end.
Yeah, but it was gross and embarrassing from my end.
Right.
Sorry.
No, that's right.
Sorry. Okay, Exodus chapter 36. The Lord has gifted Bezaleel, Aholiab, and the other skilled craftsmen with wisdom and ability to perform any task involved in building the sanctuary. Let them construct and furnish the tabernacle just as the Lord has commanded.
Yeah, because I sure as hell don't want to be in charge of that shit.
Just think about it. Like, he's a god. He could just snap his fingers and be like, and done.
I know. It kind of pisses you off, right? Like, why can't you just, like, make this happen? I got to work at this. I mean, thanks for the skills, yo, but, like...
But it's like, I have to build this thing that I'm only building because you made me, and then when I'm done building it, what's it for? To worship you.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thanks. Moses restrains the people from bringing gifts. What? Well, that sounds interesting.
Right?
So, Moses summoned Bezaleel and Aholiab and all the others who were specially gifted by the Lord and were eager to get to work. Moses gave them the materials donated by the people of Israel as sacred offerings for the completion of the sanctuary. But the people continued to bring additional gifts each morning. Oh, I hate it when people bring additional gifts each morning.
Yeah.
Finally, the craftsmen who were working on the sanctuary left their work. They went to Moses and reported, the people have given more than enough materials to complete the job the Lord has commanded us to do! ! They're complaining because they have too much.
Well, I mean, I guess it's good on them. They're not like embezzling, gold and stuff for themselves.
But they're complaining. Like, what? Was it in your fucking way?
I mean, maybe. Well, you know what? They have to keep answering the door and like, dude, I'm building a fucking altar here. Leave me the fuck alone. I already got enough goddamn gold.
They're like,
Jesus.
Can you don't? So Moses gave the command and this message was sent throughout the camp. Men and women, don't prepare any more gifts for the sanctuary. We have enough! !
Like, because that needed to be said
right?
In the Bible.
We have enough. And I'm going to report this in the Bible.
I mean...
Just so you know.
It just
so you know, this happened.
It doesn't seem extra important to the storyline here.
It really doesn't. I'm wondering if there's some message I'm missing. Don't only donate just enough, never more.
Yeah, because they didn't even spin it like, they were so awesome for not stealing this gold from them and stuff.
Yeah.
They just pitched it as, we needed them to cut that shit off, so Moses told them to cut that shit off.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
It was so annoying, and then Moses was like, stop being annoying with your donaty shit.
Right.
So the people stopped bringing their sacred offerings. They stopped that shit. Their contributions were more than enough to complete the whole project.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, next section. Okay. The making of the tabernacle.
I mean, so we had like the planning of the tabernacle, the blessing of the people to make the tabernacle, and then the list of things that they had to make, and then the bringing of the shit. And now we're finally going to make the tabernacle. Hell yeah.
Can we be done with this now?
Oh my God. I'm so excited about the tabernacle.
Oh my God, I wish there was a recording of you. You're like beating your fists against each other. So ridiculous. The skilled craftsmen made 10 curtains of finely woven linen for the tabernacle. Oh my God,
are they going to list off every fucking thing? Yeah. Oh my God, no.
Then Bezaleel decorated the curtains with blue, purple, and scarlet thread and with skillfully embroidered cherubim. And what are cherubim again?
They're the angel-y fuckers.
The baby angel-y fuckers.
Yeah, that.
Like the cupids.
Yeah, I know.
Except that in Supernatural, the cupids aren't cherubim. They're actual... Like, remember we were just watching an episode of Supernatural and they had to take the arrow from... one of the cupids?
Yeah.
Yeah. That cupid was not one of those squishy Victorian babies.
No, they just look like a regular human being.
It was just a person, angel.
Yeah.
Person.
But I mean, everybody's got their own interpretation on things that they've never fucking seen.
That is true. All 10 curtains were exactly the same size, as fucking instructed.
Right.
42 feet long, and 42. 42.
Oh, it's the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. If you don't know what the fuck that means, go look it up right goddamn now.
True. It's kind of an emergency.
So pause this shit and look it up. Pause this shit
and say, what are these creeps going on about? What is 42? What is
42? And this shit about life, the universe, like the meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah.
Look it up.
You need to know.
And then, follow through on that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's important.
It is important.
Very.
Yeah, I'm going to be very disappointed in you.
Totally.
Honestly, I'm disappointed if you don't know, but there's still hope for you. If you follow up, read it, and then be like, yeah, you were right. You just told them it was
a book. I was trying to be vague as fuck so that it makes them look it up, at least.
I didn't say it was a book. You did.
You said they got to read it. Oh.
Read about it.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, so
I fucked it up.
It's a book.
It's a book. That's all we're going to tell you.
Yeah.
So go look it up.
So anyway, I'm disappointed if you don't know what it is already. But if you get done reading about it...
We're not that disappointed, especially if you hit the support button.
No, I'm very disappointed, even with the support button.
Or buy some shit from our website.
No, I'm still disappointed.
It's okay. I'll be all right with you.
Oh, make me the bad guy. Okay. I'm just saying, there is a forgiveness factor built in if you realize the error of your ways once you figure it out.
All right, let's move along here.
All right.
That's enough about 42.
42 feet long and 6 feet wide. 5 of these curtains were joined together to make one long curtain, and the other 5 were joined to make a second long curtain. He made 50 loops of blue yarn and put them along the edge of the last curtain in each set. The 50 loops, this is boring.
Can I tell you? I'm really angry that we have to go through this all again.
You're angry at the boredom and repetition.
It's so dumb.
The 50 loops along the edge of one curtain matched the 50 loops along the edge of the other curtain. Then he made 50 gold clasps and fastened the long curtains together with the clasps. I hate the word clasps. Clasps. So I kind of try to just clasp.
Claps.
Okay. In this way, the tabernacle was made of one continuous piece, again, as instructed.
Right.
He made 11 curtains of goat hair cloth to serve as a tent covering the tabernacle. These 11 curtains were all exactly the same size, 45 feet long and 6 feet wide. Bezaleel joined what?
I think that if I was there editing the Bible, I could have made it a lot shorter. Mm-hmm. And maybe by doing so, a lot more digestible to your average person, because they cover the same exact shit so many times, and it's so stupid.
Right. But keep in mind, this was supposed to be an oral story that was then written down later. So
the more repetition, the more it sticks in people's heads. Maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, I guess
it's kind of like singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Except for 42 fucking threads of purple, blue, and gold on the wall.
Yeah, shit like that. Exactly. It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Bezaleel joined 5 of these curtains together to make one long curtain, and the other 6 were joined to make a second long curtain. He made... I already read that. Sorry.
Way to go.
Sorry. He completed the tent covering with a layer of tanned ram skins. Say that 10 times. Tanned ram skins. Tanned ram skins. Tanned ram skins. Tanned ram skins.
Tanned ram skins. Whatever.
It's hard to say. And a layer of fine goatskin leather. For the framework of the tabernacle, Bezaleel constructed frames of acacia wood. Each frame was 15 feet high and 27 inches wide, with 2 pegs under each frame. All the frames were identical. He made 20 of these frames to support the curtains on the south side of the tabernacle. I have to be honest, I can't even picture what this looks like because I don't understand things like this.
I don't really care what it looks like, honestly.
You're very irritated.
No, I've heard it described so many times now.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of purple, gold, and shit, and bronze and silver, and there's an arc thing that's got ram's heads or something on it, and Cupid shit, and I don't fucking know, but there's tents and stuff, and then they're gonna splatter blood on shit, and
that is true.
I don't really fucking care because
okay.
It doesn't matter, and it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, that is true,
or at least not to anybody's knowledge.
True.
We'll have to ask who are those people, the Illuminati or whatever, see if they know anything about this.
Right. He also made 40 silver bases, 2 bases under each frame, with the pegs fitting securely into the bases. He screwed the screw. He hammered the nail. For the north side of the tabernacle, he made another 20 frames with their 40 silver bases, 2 bases under each frame. He made 6 frames for the rear, the west side of the tabernacle, along with 2 additional frames to reinforce the rear corners of the tabernacle. Tabernacle.
Oh, how I missed that.
These corner frames were matched at the bottom and firmly attached to the top with a single ring, forming a single corner unit. Both of these corner units were made the same way, so there were 8 frames in the rear of the tabernacle, set in 16 silver bases, 2 bases under each frame.
You know what this feels like? It feels like one of those YouTube videos where it's like a how-to, only the person that's telling it is really fucking boring because they're like giving every goddamn detail about it. Like, screw this to the right, and it's like it's not got any like flash to it, and they're not like skipping ahead to the good shit.
It's the early days of YouTube.
It's the early days of good YouTube. They're like, this is how you actually do it in a fucking 5-hour video. So
yeah, like, and they don't do the fast forward thing.
Oh God.
Then he made crossbars of acacia wood to link the frames, 5 crossbars for the north side of the tabernacle and 5 for the south side. He also made 5 crossbars for the rear of the tabernacle, which faced west. Very important. Faced west.
Yeah.
He made the middle crossbar to attach halfway up the frames. It ran all the way from one end of the tabernacle to the other. He overlaid the frames with gold and made gold rings to hold the crossbars. Then he overlaid the crossbars with gold as well.
You know, gold is one of the softest metals. Like, it doesn't strike me that it would be very solidly built with all this gold.
It sure isn't concrete.
Right? Well, I mean, you know, I'm just saying, like, there could
But it's also the heaviest metal, isn't it? Isn't it supposed to be super heavy or whatever?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I thought gold was heavy. What do I know? Shit,
I do know it's, like, one of the softest metals, so.
No, I know it's soft, but I thought it was soft and heavy.
I don't know.
I thought that's what made it cool.
I know mercury's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mercury's red.
Mercury is silver.
I thought mercury was red.
Well, it's in the... No, that's the... You're thinking of a thermometer where they got the red thing on the one side?
Yeah.
The silver stuff is the stuff that goes up and you got to mark it by the red stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right. What do I know?
Apparently not much.
Apparently. For the side of the tabernacle, Bezaleel made a special curtain of finely woven linen. He decorated it with blue, purple, and scarlet thread and with skillfully embroidered cherubim. For the curtain, he made 4 posts of acacia wood and 4 gold hooks. He overlaid the posts with gold and set them in 4 silver bases. Then he made another curtain for the entrance to the sacred tent. He made it of finely woven linen and embroidered it with exquisite designs using blue, purple, and scarlet thread.
Was it blue, purple, and scarlet?
It was blue, purple, and scarlet.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm not quite certain.
I could double check. I could go back and reread the entire thing 100 times. Blue, purple, scarlet. Blue, purple, scarlet. This curtain was hung on gold hooks attached to 5 posts. The posts with their decorated tops and hooks were overlaid with gold, and the 5 bases were cast from bronze. The end.
Thank God.
I have nothing here to add.
I really don't either.
My work here is done.
I guess we'll just see you guys, next time.
I mean...
Which will be next week.
Next week, we'll be talking about furnishing that shit.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You shouldn't even told people that.
I'm sorry.
Like, they're just going to be like, okay, we're going to skip next week, and then we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
They don't know. Maybe I'm going to talk about my couch.
It could be like the best furnishing podcast ever of the Bible's Tabernacle.
Tabernacle!
We'll see you guys next week.
For Exodus chapters 37 and 38.
Yeah, that. Bye.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Can I say the things now?
Yes.
Okay. So you had a list of items that you wanted people to check out?
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you check us out on Twitter. We are there under the handle sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'd have gone with that.
Yep.
We also would love to get emails from you because we love hate mail, fan mail, the whole 9 yards there. That email address is sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. And we are now on YouTube. And if you are listening to us on YouTube, you're going to be running a little bit behind what our schedule is for our podcast because you're going to be hearing stuff from 2 months before if you are caught up.
You're in the past.
You're in the past. So you should join us on our podcasting apps that are available. So like you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify.
I'm on Castbox.
Yeah, my wife's special. She's on Castbox.
I like Castbox.
And then on any of the things that you are on, we always would love it if you would like and subscribe. That helps us out so much. So
yeah, do those things.
Do those things, and we will see you guys next week.
Sure we will. It's on Thursdays.
Yeah, that.
Okay, bye.